Fucking oops. Oh, there's me trying to stop swearing. Opening gambit is the F-bomb. Very, very sorry about that. Also sorry about being what? 20 minutes late? That's after I adjusted the time. Oh, have I got stories for you? Have I got occurrences for you? Have I got a lovely bunch of coconuts? Right, you know how it works. We're going to play a little bit of music. I'm going to drag a comb across my head. I haven't even boiled some water. Darling? Darling? Are you on the toilet? Are you on the toilet? Darling, can you put some hot water on me for a cup of tea? Thank you, my love. Beautiful stuff. That's how it works. Right, yeah, it should have been Genetic Friday rather than Frenetic Friday, but I'll explain everything. I won't. I'll partially explain little bits of it. He's here. He's there. Now, is Tuscan 666 on the phone? Tuscan 666. If you're on the firm, can you raise your hand, please? Tuscan 666. Raise your hand. I want a Tuscan 666. No Tuscan. I can't see a Tuscan so far. Apparently he's here. People are saying he's here. I can't see. Oh, there he is. Now, before we do the housekeeping and the grift and all that, Tuscan 666 gave his first ever super chat 2 days ago. Muggins here missed it. And I was told by 4 people. Look how wonderful the scrubs are. Just beautiful people. It was all variations on, listen, Tuscan sent you a super chat. It was his first and you missed it. How nice is that? They just wanted him to get the recognition. So Tuscan, my man, I couldn't find it. I couldn't see it. Once you find out what's been going on over the last couple of days, you'll see why. But absolute props to you, my man. Thank you for the super chat. They're so thin on the ground at the moment. I really don't need to be not thanking people for them. So very funny, Mr. Monty. But I really do appreciate that. And I'm sorry I missed it. But don't worry, your next one I will see. Okay. Right, let's get the music playing. I'll get this cup of tea made. I'll get some water. I'll drag a comb across my head. We'll sit down and we're going to have a lovely classic Scrubs Friday. There's gossip going down. There's all sorts of weirdness happening. There's my own waking up like I've done 5 rounds with Charlie Magri. It's been a pretty peculiar couple of days for me. But I could not get to that Friday morning. My missus is here. And she said, what's up? I said, I don't know. I said, Fridays, it's House of Scrubs, isn't it, Fridays? And she won't do it. And I went, you sure? Oh, I'm already thinking, right, that's happening. Yeah, but I don't want to upset you. If you're just saying that to make me feel good. And in my head, I'm thinking, right, what shall I call it? I'm already done. So there you go. What are we going to do? Cypher's Corner says, Dangerfield. Which field is dangerous? And what equipment should I bring to survive the field? Some better jokes will be a good start. But nonetheless, lovely to have you here. Guess what? There's a table on the ceiling as well. Right, let's get this music sorted. I'll probably chop it off. Steady on. Bar mitzvah. And we will get into this and have an absolutely wonderful time. So let me get this cup of tea on, comb my hair, get some water, do this again because again I forgot to put the audio in. I'm going to have to talk to him about this. And it's not just me. You must have seen other people do it. Yeah, it's just me, but I'm trying to palm it off a little bit as I am prone to do. That's because I'm a Palmer. That's what they call me. Robert Palmer. I'm addicted to love. well, love. Some people say love. Heroin, say other people. But if I can get the birds in the video, I'll take it. See you in a minute, people. Adios. Yeah, hang on.
Oh, hello, my friend. How are you today?
Hang on.
Yeah, hi.
Right, go for it.
Hello, my friend.
Go on, keep going.
No.
So hurry up, keep going.
Oh. Oh.
You ain't saying too much, love.
Saying too much. Saying.
You're not saying much.
How are you, my friend? My friend, I miss you, me.
Oh, you miss you, me, huh?
Yeah.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Hello?
Oi, go on. Get in that back room and get that lingerie on.
Oi, come here,
Yeah, but I always feel a bit horny after the stream. Oi, people. So the girlfriend said, we went out for a little snack this morning, and she said, "Oi, do you, no, I want to show him. She said to me after this snack, she said, "Do you want some banana?" And I said, "What, like a banana?" And darling, I've dropped one. It's under there, right under there. I said, "What sort of banana?" She said, "No, lovely banana." I said, "Yeah, I'll have some banana, right?" So this all comes in the same bag, right? So it's got this, right? This sort of weird banana. But I'll tell you what, lovely. Like a crispy kind of nice. So I was like, yeah, nice. So then I'm sitting there eating it, not thinking about it, because I'm thinking, that's a nice bit of banana. Hang on! No, put that one back. And then while I'm sitting there just picking it up from the plate and eating it, I pick up this one. This banana. Right, she never mentioned anything about this one.
Banana.
Hang on! I'm going to kick the shit out of you later. Mom! Right?
Banana?
So I've picked up this next bit of banana. And I've just had a bite. And I'll show you this bit of banana up close. Anyone see what that is on there? Anyone see what they are? Anyone? Anyone make out what they are? Baby prawns. They're shrimps. They're shrimps. Look, here's another bit. Just a few shrimps on a banana. Hey, darling, do you want some banana? Yeah, sure. What are they? Oh, lovely banana. Yeah, you've missed out a detail though there, darling. What detail was that? It's got fucking shrimps in it. Go on, take it away. Get it out of here. Hey, oh, darling, you forgot whatever the hell that was. Thank you, love. Oh, it's made my stomach hurt a bit, that has. Oh, anyway, lovely to see you all. You've only got to take a day off. Yeah, it was some kind of crustaceans. You know, that classic flavour combination of banana and crustacean. I mean, it's a classic, isn't it? I mean, occasionally, I'll go for like strawberries and lobster, you know. Scorry, what do you reckon? What do you reckon when you pick up something you think that's going to taste like a banana fritter? Don't I need more of that? Can you top it up, please, love? No, thanks. There's plenty of water left.
It's too big, huh?
Nah, go on, put some in it, love.
It's too big.
Oh, go on, you hold the other one.
One, two. Are you really?
Turn it down a bit, make me feel a bit sexy.
Oh my god. My friend, wait 5 minutes.
Is it doing it for you? You're getting a bit like...
Mommy, sitting.
No, I just made it for me.
Wait, 1 minute.
Girls, can't live with them, can't kill them. Right, we finished? Lovely. Go on. Right. Was it nice though? No, it was absolutely disgusting. It was absolutely. How old is this chick? By chick, you mean my fiance? Well, according to her, 23. But according to the no identification or passport I've seen, I'm guessing about 13. Bollocks, I've seen her passport, 15. Right, hello Zarbo, good to see you, mate, good to see you. Let's get this grift on. When I tell you what happened to me tomorrow, oh, are you going to laugh? Some of you are going to laugh. Some of you are going to cry. Some of you are going to identify. And some of you are going to just ignore it and carry on doing what you were doing anyway with this nonsense rattling on in the background. But let me just silence the microphone while I pass a bit of wind. I say a bit of wind because it's not really a fart then, is it? Passing a bit of wind is it's almost what is the word to mean of the weather? What's the word to mean of the weather? Climatic. It's almost climatic. Is that right? It's almost climatic to say pass a bit of wind. Yeah, she makes me smile too, Mr. Sparkle. She's great stuff. Oh yeah, Bitcoin's going absolutely mad. Let's have a little look at it now. I try not to look at it every day because it drives you crazy. $52,000, 590 a pop. Wow. Good Lord. Right, let's get this grift on. I want to just say I was so made up by the donations the other morning. Again, I know why. I know everyone's skint. I know people ain't working. I know the furlough checks ain't come through. I know we've been through Christmas. I get it. I get all that. I don't do it for the money. But I do need a bit of money to allow me to sacrifice work that I should be doing in my day job. And I done a stream the other morning, and you were very generous, people, and it cockles of me art, which is better than the art of your cockles, I can assure you. Let's just sort out Twitch. Make sure Randall McRand's. I ain't seen Randall for ages. I think I sent him an email, but I ain't seen him. But let's make sure Rags is all right. Yeah, Rags is all right. He's over there looking after the place. Got the easiest bouncing job in history, isn't he? Geezer his size, you'd think he'd be looking after he'd be looking after Ali Pally or something. Turns out he's looking after the Blue Peter Garden. That was Justin Fashanu as well. Anyway, nice to see some new faces, to see you good. Let's get that just chatting sorted. That's that done. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Turn that back to that. Put it on mute so I don't have to hear myself. Back over to entropy. Turn that up. A bit of this. I think we should. Bit of that. Right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you can make my day, you can make my life, you can make my wife, you can ease my strife. Yeah, rhyming quadruplets. By supporting this channel using the super chat function, which is the $sign just down there at the bottom of the YouTube chat. Alternatively, and preferably, because YouTube don't get a penny and I get taxed half as much, use entropy. It's a piece of piss to use. It's the same. You just press donate, put your credit card details in, bosh, 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 all jobs are good. So I'll put the donation, I'll put the entropy link in the chat, but if you need it, it's in the description of the video, or you can just ask me later. I'm happy to do a couple of videos a day because people do throw a few quid at the channel and it all works out lovely. 150 people here at the moment, lovely. How many we got lurking over on Twitch, Rags? Give us an update, Rags. Last thing Rags says, Dangerfield, that's a puff and a lady fart. I mean, they're the sort of people you want around you. Pal, why does Chris hate me? What? You're one of my best buddies on the firm. Good Lord. I don't know whether that done me up. Stephen Cray, sorry, Stephen. Steve, really enjoyed the Joe Hari topic the other day. Very interesting stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you said that because what was beautiful about it was it started off in group psychotherapy. How can we improve our dealings with trauma by communicating? And then it got taken into the corporate realm. Because when the corporate realm realizes that communication can improve production, they're fucking on it. Excuse the language. They jump on it. But then, as I then moved it onto a nation. In the example the other day, America. You know, the open America, the blind America, and the unknown to all America. So it's all going quite well. Fishmel says, I donate if he didn't trap us. How am I trapping you? Is that a serious comment? I don't understand how I'm trapping you. Mega Essex boy would not appear to understand either. That's more like it, Mr. R. Pal. Chris has dropped an entropy. I'll go for a few entropies later rather than have to go around the houses and do all that. Right, I think I've got a video for you. Oh yeah, I think I've got a video for you. Let's have a little look. Yeah, but listen, Fishmill, you've apologised before. You've been out of order before and apologised, and that's all right. And I think apologising is the mark of a man's character. I talk about it all the time. You take an inventory, and when you're wrong, you promptly admit it. But you can't just keep doing it because that makes you a cunt. So just you're welcome here. You're liked here. You are among friends. You don't have to show off. You don't have to give it the big un. You can just be who you are, which is a fucking luxury. Because there's most places on this planet you can't. So just take advantage of that. Take advantage of that and try and experiment with who you are. You know, and I say that because I care about you, because I care about everyone here. I love you too, European housewife, but probably on a level that would get me and your husband in trouble. Only joking. You know, lovely to see you. You was lipping off, and you've done it before, but just stop. You don't need to get attention like that. Just be here. You know, the people who are loved here, the people who are loved the most, the people who are loved and admired the most here are the people who've changed the most, are the people who've taken risks, are the people who've developed, the people who've tried to let go of historical ways of being and given themselves the ability to grow. They're the people that are respected and admired around here. And you've got that in you, because everyone's got that in them. And again, and this is relevant when it comes to our people, because they don't want our people to grow. They want us to regress. They want us to become stupid, because we dominated the planet. We dominated the planet. We didn't even have the highest IQ. We had things going on. We had a desire to grow. We had ambition. And do you know what I mean? I was thinking exactly that. So there you go. You know, you are a friend, and you know, you don't need to attract attention. Just be who you are, and you'll get it. Hang on a minute. Our Claire has grown right into a PA regional organiser. Now, I don't associate with PA, more for their benefit than mine, but they are doing wonderful things. And this regional organising thing is just genius, because the more of them you do, the more of them that happen, the more of them that spread around, the more numbers they get. That's the collectivizing of our people. That's it happening. That is it happening. Mind blowing. Right, now I'm going to take off my glasses, and you might not be able to see anymore. Thankfully, it's gone down. But this eye, I woke up glued to my computer at 6 o'clock in the morning. My missus had to come in, and she couldn't prise my head off the computer. It was a bit of Gorilla Glue. How ironic. I got the bottle out, didn't I, to show you about that woman that got it in her head. But my eyes had all swollen up. I couldn't see out of them. I couldn't see out of one of my eyes. It just wouldn't open. There's no A&E out here. You can't just go to a doctor and go, save me eyes. So I spent all day yesterday with the missus delicately trying to take gunk. We don't even know if it was the Gorilla Glue. It might have just been dribble where I'd been there for 5 hours. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 1:30. She woke me up at 6:30. But it was really quiet. I started giving her a slap, and she put my head through my computer. Yeah, no, really, and that's why you didn't get any streams yesterday. I just took a bit of time off. Do you know what I mean? It had to be done. Yeah, good point, Dennis. Yeah, there ain't, is there? Because of all the visitors just use it as a walk-in GP surgery now. You just stroll into A&E and say, "Oh, my daughter cannot speak." And they can't turn them away. They can't say, "This is A&E. You've got to make an appointment with your doctor," because racism. Yeah, you're damn right, Dennis. You're damn right. Do you remember the good old days? Anyone over 30 or over 35 maybe, right? Yeah, good call, Buster Brook. Anyone over 35, maybe. In the old days, right, you'd fall off your bike, you'd snap your wrist back, it'll swell up like a football, you'd be in absolute tears, your old man would get you in the motor, spin you down to A&E, you'd get in there, there'd be 2 other people there. You'd be seen within 10 minutes. They'd diagnose it, they'd wrap it up, they'd give you some painkillers, they'd give you an aftercare sheet. So if there are any changes, bosh, these are the things you need to do, blah, blah, blah. It was brilliant. What a service. What an incredible service. Now it's a new religion. Now, way, yeah, we applaud for people who do their jobs. I hate this idea that they keep us alive. Well, if it weren't for the NHS, most of the people they keep alive don't want to be alive. Most of the people they keep alive are too old. They want to die. The amount of people I know who said, I had 5 years too long. I wanted to die years ago. They won't kill me. Why do you think people are fucking off to Switzerland? What's it called? I was about to say Project Veritas. What's it called over there in Switzerland? Someone will know. Oh, Dignitas. You just bowl over there and go, right, I'm 75 years old. I've had a good old life, but I'm sick of shitting myself. And I can't scratch my back. It's over. Just kill me. But the good old NHS, no, they won't kill you. They won't let you. You're not allowed to. And if they catch you trying, they'll lock you up. So not only can you not take your own life, what kind of society is that? What measure of health of a society is that? You can't take your own life as an adult, as a 70-year-old. No. And if they catch you, you're going to then, not only are you going to have had enough of life and sick and all the other things that are going wrong, but you're going to be Nick fucking praying 4 times a day. Yeah, way. It's only a job. We're keeping people alive. Farmers keep people alive. Geezers who get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get out there and plough their fields. And they do it in whatever weather. And if the weather goes wrong and they ain't got enough, you die. So they have to work on different seeds. They have to work on different crops. Farmers keep more people alive than fucking doctors do. It's bullshit. Oh, you'll be lucky. You'll be lucky 2 or 3 weeks in the inner cities. You'll be absolutely lucky. Luckily, my GP is a good friend of mine. I think I've told you this before. My GP, when my GP got flu, he rang me up and asked me to get him some opium off the dark web. That's a GP. Because he knows full well all that bullshit, ibuprofen, paracetamol, and all that other useless crap they sell you barely touches the sides. You want to get rid of the symptoms of flu. Opium, that stuff that grows at chest height, like all the foods that humans have eaten, and that you don't even have to process. You just put a thumbnail in it, get it out, let it dry in the sun, and lick your finger. Do that 3 or 4 times, your flu symptoms have gone. No, here, fill up with paracetamol. Don't have too many though, or it'll kill you. Yeah, they're toxic. Anyway, how does this acetylmorphine, which is what it's actually called, how does this paracetamol work? No one knows. No one knows how it works. No one knows how paracetamol works. All they do know is it's liver toxic. Steady on, though. But I've only got a flu. Why are you giving me something that's toxic? Just give me some fucking opium, you dozy cunts. Sorry about the language. But it just drives me mad. It drives me mad. The many and varied ways they have damaged Europe. This whole illusion of progress. that thing I done about Jordan Peterson the other day. Oh, people are being pulled out of poverty. Technology has done this. Technology has done that. Yeah, it's also ripped our families apart. It's also ripped our communities apart. It's also given us the church of feminism. It's also given us the church of the NHS. It's also encouraged women to go to work and pay other people to bring up their kids. Well done, progress. Jesus Christ. Well, this is it. This is it, Ledden. Not only wealth, just this idea of progress. You know, when you progress, you don't only add. You don't only add to the situation. You replace and you remove. You can't just add. Doesn't work. How do I progress a cup of tea? Oh, you could do this to it. You could do this to it. But at the same time, you'll be removing something and you'll be replacing something. Mobile phones, smartphones, you know, all that, all the great things they've given us. And no one's even considered what they've taken from us. No one's even considered it. ABC Gold Drops a cockle, you bleeder. My family search yielded an older half sister yesterday. Never had siblings before. We spoke for hours on FaceTime, bonded instantly. How lovely. How absolutely lovely. Make sure it's legit though. Next thing, she'll be asking you for a couple of $100,000 to help her out with some Nigerian gold. But no, thanks for the donation. What a lovely thing to happen to you. That's lovely. No, you're right, Jack. They've taken most of the drugs that work away from us. You know, cocaine as a painkiller. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Coca leaves. Basta pasta. Whatever it's fucking called. You know, heroin. Morphine. Well, opium. Just opium's enough. It will do most of the jobs it needs to do. Fucking paracetamol. I've gone into doctor's surgeries, right, with an hole in my leg where I'd been digging, trying to find a vein for about the last 5 months. It had gone septic. It had a bit of, it looked, when he pulled it out, it looked like a bit of spaghetti coming out my leg, right? It was agony. And I said, Doc, you've got to give me some painkillers. He went, just go to the chemist and get some paracetamol. And I was like, are you joking? I said, you've just taken half a metre of spaghetti out of my leg. It's agony. I've got an hole in my leg that long, and you're offering me paracetamol. And then when he decided to pour the fucking, what is it? What's that stuff they pour in it? To kill all the bacteria. What's it called? It is the most painful stuff in the world. Oh God, what's it called? Come on, people will know. Iodine. There you go, Campbell. When he said go and get some paracetamol, and I said, well, how's that going to help? And I see him get this little bottle. You got a pipette. Put it in the hole. Squeezed about 2 cc's of iodine into my leg. Fuck me. And I was screaming at him. He was that far away from getting a slap. Fucking paracetamol. I'll tell you what, Doc. Before I take paracetamol for that pain, I'll chop the leg off. It's a joke. They've taken away all the drugs that work. And it's like in England, you can get codeine over the counter. Right? Yeah. Well, you sort of can. It's called cocodamol. Why? What's that? Well, because the codeine is about 7%, but the paracetamol is about 400%. Well, what's the point of that? I want the codeine. I don't want the paracetamol. I want the bit that works. Yeah, but the problem is people people start taking too much of the codeine. So we've packed it with paracetamol so that if you have too much, you'll get liver damage and die. And it's like, what? You can't go on the internet and learn how to extract the codeine with a bit of cold water and a fridge? Fucking idiots. There you go. We both got there together. I mean, junkies knew how to do that before the internet even existed. It's bullshit. Oh, you're telling me, mate? Oh, the geezer got a pipette. He pulled it up into the pipette. He put it into the hole that he just pulled a bit of spaghetti pus out of. And he went, and I... as soon as he'd done that, as soon as he was saying paracetamol, I could hear it in my head. I was thinking, yeah, I know who I'll be ringing when I get home. I'll be using the self same hole. I'll be using the self same pipette. Oi, Doc, can I have that pipette? Because I'm going to be squeezing some cocaine in that hole later. It's an absolute liberty. It's an absolute liberty. Well, yeah, but Sean, this is the problem. This is the problem. You're being treated. You're being treated for an injury. How dare you actually get a bit of pleasure as well? How dare you? You can't have pleasure. You're injured. What a society. You can't have a little bit of what's the word? What is it? What's the word? What's the word when you do something and there's like it comes off? It's like, come on. Imagine you're manufacturing a product, but in the manufacturing of that product, there's a byproduct. There you go. So you're being treated for pain. Oh no, you can't have a little bit of pleasure as a byproduct. Oh no, because there's so many addicts in the world. What? Is there? Is there really though? Oh, actually, you're right. Nicotine and alcohol, you fucking dopes. That's the right word and all. Anyway, I think I'll calm down a bit. You know what? When my mother had toothache, we took her to an emergency dentist. He said, it looks like you've got an abscess growing under your tooth. It's pushing the... I don't really like doing that when I'm talking about my mother. It's pushing the tooth up. So the tooth above it, every time you close your mouth, it's putting pressure on it, which is putting pressure on the nerves. He went, I don't want to take the tooth out because you'll lose a tooth. What, a fucking wisdom tooth that's like sort of just behind her ear. My mum doesn't eat French sticks by the whole loaf. She'll be right about a wisdom tooth. So we're gonna give you some paracetamol. What? And some ibuprofen. What? My mum's crying. Can you see her crying? You're gonna give her that shit? Oh really? I think we'll be taking a slight detour on the way home. I am not kidding you. We got out of that dentist surgery. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, all right. Yeah, do us a gram of that Peruvian. You owe me one anyway. None of that. Don't give me any of that fucking. Yeah. Yeah, all right. I'll be there in a minute. Drop me off there. Go on in. Hello, mate. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Mum's crying her eyes out. Just the side of her face is coming out like a fucking tennis ball. I've said, here, open your mouth. She could barely open her mouth. I got a Q-tip, cotton bud for the English. Got a bit of that Peruvian flake on it. Little bit of water, broke it down a little bit. Opened her mouth. Put it all around her tooth. She just laid back and fell asleep. First sleep she'd had in a week. She said to me the next day, what was that you put on my tooth? I said, it's just a painkiller. I just said, it's just one that works. 4 days later, abscess is gone. It's all over, finished, end. How can I, a fucking art student, drug addict, treat my mother better than a fucking dentist. Oh, I've just realised why. Because I don't get paid based on the amount of times they come into my clinic and the amount of things I have to do and prod and push and pull and fill in forms and admin and then prescribe this and then prescribe that. Oh, I see. I realise how it worked out. Bullshit. They have done such a job on us. All these things that we have been talking about over the last 2 months, the humiliation of European peoples, these ground level, concrete social examples of how they've humiliated us. And why? Because we dominated the world. And why? Because we ended slavery. And why? Because we invented technology. We done things. We proved ourselves against many, in the face of many things that would make it look like we wouldn't have done it. We had to travel across seas. We were a fucking island. And they just said, no, we can't have this lot keep running the show. They're a minority. They're a minority, and we can't look after the minorities because we've got to look after, the minorities. What? Hang on. Wake up. It's bullshit. So they have absolutely hobbled us at every opportunity. They've tied our feet together so we can't run. They've tied our hands behind our back so we can't experiment. They've given us the drug war to compete with. And you know, the thing about the drug war, they'll talk about Mexico. They'll talk about what's going on down in Bolivia. They ain't suffering from the drugs war. They're doing really well out of the drugs war. You know who's suffering from the drugs war? Europe, Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand. Hang on a minute. What have all those places got in common? It's fucking ridiculous. Who gets arrested? As someone who was on that shit for 2/3 of my adult life, who gets arrested? The manufacturers? The importers? The primary dealers? Or the on the street addict? Yeah, I don't need to go into any more of that, do I? Because all those others, they're all involved. They're all involved with the governments, with the CIA, with the FBI. This isn't conspiracy theory. All these documents have been released. All these documents have been declassified. It's the man on the street that suffers. And when the man on the street suffers, so does his family. And when his family does, so does his community. When his community does, so does his nation. And welcome to the present. Mate, once a month I had to turn up in this boozer in Dartford with an envelope about that fat. Sit down with these two coppers, out of uniform, of course. Hello, Chris. Hello, mate. You all right? Couple of Guinnesses, yeah, no problem. Slide it across the table. Not a word said. That kept us all out of trouble. Kept all the dealers out of trouble. Kept all the people making millions out of trouble. You get a tap on the shoulder. You get the old Bill turn up at your house at 4 o'clock in the morning, kicking your door down, keeping your mother's heart attack on the brink. We've come here to investigate your son. We've had information. Do you know what that means? We've had information. Another junkie we arrested, we give him a deal. We said, give us 5 names and we'll let you off. And that junkie went, yeah, Chris Dangerfield, Stephen Jones, Alan Parker. And we're based on information. Oh, great police work. Oh, look what you found. Look what you found. 0.5 gram of brown heroin. Oh, that's going to change the drug scene of England, isn't it? That's gonna tidy it all up, isn't it? I wonder whether tomorrow I'm just going to go out and get another one. Fucking pathetic. I told you it'll be. I don't even know what I called the fucking stream up, but I told you it would be. I told you. Oops, excuse me. I told you it'd be frenetic. That's the word I said it would be. Frenetic. Today's. Hello, my mate. So true about the dentist. I got a mouthful of mercury from when I was a kid. I think the dentist called it preventative. Yeah, I had mercury fillings. I had about 12 of them before I was 13. And I know that for a fact because that was the joke. You know, when I got to 13, it was like I'd finally got a year above the amount of fillings I had. My dentist was an alcoholic. You'd go in there and he'd go, oh, there's something going on with this. Irish bloke he was. No connection there, no jokes. And it just drill your teeth out, fill them with mercury, claim his free money, because they got paid how many fillings they gave you. So when his gambling habit is about to cost him his house and his nice new motor, oh yeah, everyone who goes in there is getting fillings. It's fucking bullshit. What advantage does the government have making junkies? Well, there's nothing like a drug addict to pacify someone. You know, drug addicts aren't revolutionaries. They're not making any changes. They're doing nothing. But you're coming at the question from the wrong way. Why don't they just give them the drugs? Why don't they just give them the drugs? Do you know it? It's going to cost you less to make an ounce of heroin than it's going to cost you to make an ounce of tea. It's an industry. The drug war is an industry, and it's worth billions. And all the governments are in on it. You know, look at the whole rehab fucking scandal is in on it. The treatment, the disease model is in on it. You know, it's not a great book, but I would advise reading Harry's Johann Harry, is it? His one's quite good, but Gabor Mate's In the Eyes of the Hungry Ghost, in the Bellies of the Hungry Ghost, or something's worth a look. Just legalise it. Legalise it all tomorrow. Thanks for that donation today's. It's much appreciated. Only one entropy. Only Chrissy's. You're holding up the fort though, Chrissy. I love it. Well, the war on drugs started from our friend Harry Anslinger, who set up the Bureau of Narcotics, and it was essentially to set the races apart, to set the races against each other. Another racket. Well, exactly that, Gaffney. That is why we have been hobbled. That is exactly why we've been hobbled. The chip upon the shoulder of our others, shall we say. I mean, it was like our friend Plastic African yesterday. I got your email, by the way, mate. I just haven't had time to reply, but I will do. You know, he's going out of his mind. He's got a friend, and he's going on about reparations. And he will not listen. He will not listen to Plastic African talking about, well, what about these people's reparations? What about the damage done to these people? What about what they done to those? What about, where does this start and where does this stop? Are we just going to go back through we're going to go back to prehistory and work out who owes who what. Because if we do, I can assure you that the European person is going to come out pretty well. That's right. Our boy Campbell is from the place of some of the best music in the world. They've all got bad come downs because if you enjoy them, it's because they've taken your anxiety and stress away. And so as soon as the drug's gone, the anxiety and the stress comes back. That's all the come down is. A come down isn't the drug leaving your body. It's the anxiety and the stress and the trauma coming back. Flammadiddler's had 2 wisdom teeth removed. Now he's you're not allowed to say that word, but I'm sure you can read it. Yeah, they are, and they're both easily treatable. I mean, yes, you have to. Yes, you have to identify the cause, but because you can't get an appointment for the next 9 weeks because Abdul and his 9 wives have got an appointment because that was the only reason they came into the country. In the meantime, they've got to give you something better than fucking paracetamol because you can stop it. You can stop it within a minute. Ketamine will do it. You can just ketamine will do it. Cocaine will do it. Opium will do it. With virtually no side effects. Oh, our pal, my GP again. I don't want to keep mentioning too much. He'll get in trouble. Well, I mean, he's not my GP now, but we talk frequently, so he's always giving me advice. But when I have to give blood, they can never get it. I have to go, give me a 2 mil. And they go, oh, I'm afraid we can't do that. You need a trained phlebotomist. What if something goes wrong? I go, what if something goes wrong? Have you seen me? I look like a fucking stigmata. I've got about 30 holes of blood coming out of me. Give me that 2 mil. I'll go in that femoral vein. I'll have you 3 mil of blood in about 2 seconds. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Job's done. What if something was to go wrong? I look like fucking Carrie. Oh yeah. Well, woken up is a slight exaggeration. One of them, I thought it was CO, but it doesn't matter. I know you're talking about armed response. The funniest one was when he's come in, and I'm like at the computer like that, just gouging out of my head, and he's gone with his German heckler and clock, his German heckler and clock. His German heckler and Glock. He's gone, put your hands in the prayer position. And I've just gone, yeah, I ain't being funny, mate, but they're kind of there already. Never. I'll tell you what happened. Me and the missus, Gail from the Crack Diaries, we're sitting there, smashed out of our heads. We hear, bang, it's the old enforcer at the door. Gail goes, what's that? I went, I think that's the front door about to fly up the hallway. And it went, about 20 of them come in, armed lot first, ballies a lot, all guns and lights and everything. They've got one on her, they've got one on me, they're spinning on all the other rooms. And I was like, bit overkill, isn't it? It said on the paperwork, it said you have dangerous animals. I said, oh yeah, we've got 2 white rats. I went, and they're wild. They don't have a cage. They just hang around. If they're in the sofa and you sit down, they'll bite you and you'll fucking know about it. Yeah, these 20 coppers, they were in my house for 5 hours. Not one of them would sit down. And very occasionally, one of our rats just sprinted across the floor and they all got out of the way. Fucking guns. Admittedly, though, the CO19 or SO19, they do the off pretty quickly because they cost big bucks. So once they realise you haven't got any weapons, fucking weapons, they do the off pretty quickly. Then the dogs come in, right? The dogs come into an house that is lived in by a couple of crackhead junkies who are also selling the stuff. So there are crumbs and bits of powder of crack, cannabis, MDMA, heroin, all over the floor, the tiniest little bits. Those dogs are just running around like they've got their own arse up there in their mouth. And it's like, well, where is it then, dog? Well, what the copper can't work out is it's fucking everywhere. The carpet is made of heroin. There is no chance of that dog finding anything. Fucking idiots. Shinobi, quick bonus stage. Slight change of topic. What are we going to replace lithium with? I read there's only 54 million metric tons left. Don't sound like too small amount, does it? No more batteries for phones, cars, etc. Well, that's what technology is for, isn't it, Shinobi? Motorway to Roswell said, mate's brother, who's a copper, used to turn up in uniform to parties with more drugs than everyone else put together. Funny to watch him people's faces who didn't know. Funny to watch people's faces who didn't know him as he walked in and does a line. I'll tell you a funny copper story. When I was serving up skunk for a while, and pretty not massive amounts, but we were getting like 5 or 6 kilos a week and putting them out in ounces. And I used to serve these 2 coppers. They were proper chuckle brothers as well. You know, these geezers ain't, you know, this was real, what do you call it? This was real affirmative action. Doesn't matter if you're 5'2" and you've got 1 brain cell left between you, you can be a policeman. There's nothing wrong with that. We're inclusive now. Anyway, they used to score skunk off me. And I was put on to him by a bloke I'd known for years. And he said, I'm not bullshitting you. They will take 4 or 5 ounces a week off you. And I was like, I'll take that. That price will suddenly go up and the quality will go down. But they're certainly allowed. So I remember the first time they've come around, these 2 old bill car pulls up outside. I thought, well, that's not ideal. But I thought, you know, with the heroin in my brain, in my veins, it sort of kind of made it all a little bit easier to bear. He's come in, right, and just as he's come in, I'm stashing things up because I've already got the shittiest bit of green I've got left, and I'm putting all the premium stuff away. And as he's come in, this copper, they were sort of playing shit cop, you know, that old routine. So shit cop number 1, he went, I had all the good stuff, the police are here. And shit cop number 2 went, now me, who had just did all the good stuff and got the shit stuff out, because the cops had arrived, went, Yeah, I've got a bifter on the go. Yeah, oh yeah. This has got my own. This has got my own G13, like 26% THC. You want to try a bit? That's what I've got for sale, actually. Yeah, have a couple of tokes of that while you're driving around in your old bill car. So to give it a big one, and he's had 2, and he's had 3, and I'm thinking 12 o'clock midday. You've already had 3 tokes too many. He's passed it to shit cop number 2. He's had it 2 seconds. He's just red eyed. He's gone. He's out of the game. He's just sitting down now, wondering why my mum's house has got so many tessellations and patterns involved. And he's gone, so what is it on the ounce? And I'll tell you what, I think at the time it was about 240. It was a good price for a good bit of G13. 240. And I had this other jank stuff that it looked the part, it smelled the part, but THC about 15% max, maybe a bit less than that. And I've gone, and as I was saying it, I was just thinking, how much can I get away with here? And I'm like, he went, how much for an ounce of that then? And I went, I reckon I can do you that for about $2.90. And he went, sweet. And I thought, oh, fuck, I could have got about 3.5 for that. $2.90 though. I went, lovely. I went, how many do you want? He went, we'll take 3. But now they're on this G13, they're just in a different place. He's doing it. He's counting out the money. He can't do it. 50, 10, that's 70. 40, what's that on 4? And I went, yeah. I went, there you go. I went, that worked out quite well for you because you bought 4. I'm actually going to do you a bit of money off. So I actually owe you another 60 quid. I said, we'll take it off next time. Yeah. He went, yeah, sweet. I done him for about another £100 just because he didn't have the maths on him. Pair of pricks. Oh, those were the days, my friend. I thought they'd never end. Thank fuck they did, though. Yeah, this was quite some time ago. I'm talking about what, 94. I think 240 quid an ounce of hybrid weed in 94. It ain't a bad price at all. See you later, Scorry, and let us know what's happening with your foot. Well, without a doubt, listen, I spent, a good 2/3 of my adult life, and by adult I mean 15 onwards, a drug addict and a petty drug dealer. Not always that petty either, but I don't like to give it the big one, so I'd like to say petty because it mostly was petty. I did get a bit out of my depth a few times. Because with the crack scene, you just do. It's just part of the game. But a fair amount of it was fun. You don't do it for so long because it's all rubbish. I had some of the funniest times of my life using, without a doubt. I think it's important to acknowledge that because otherwise you won't convince young people that they should stop, because they'll come away from sessions thinking he said it was like 30 years of absolute hell, but I'm having a wicked time taking drugs and going out every weekend. So you've got to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge that, or they're not going to trust you. This is one of the biggest problems with government drug education. They're gonna give you a pamphlet and tell you that smoking weed is going to send you psychotic and you're going to end up in prison, and this, and then all your mates are smoking it and it's not coming true. So then people were thinking, well, hang on, these people are lying to us. Then they're going to tell you about ecstasy, MDMA. Leah Betts died doing it on her first time. No, she didn't. She drowned herself. She drank too much water. Why did she drink too much water? Because the fucking government leaflet said, if you're doing ecstasy, make sure you keep drinking water. Well done, the government killed her. So they start not trusting them. Now that gets problematic when it gets to crack and heroin. When they say, you know, this stuff is a different league. This is really going to take your life down the pan, rapidophile. And you're like, nah, bollocks. They said that about the acid. They said that about the cannabis. I'm going to give it a go. And then 4 weeks later, you got your fucking, well, let's not. You got a fork up your ass trying to get some methamphetamine out in a brothel in Thailand. Marzipan's on the firm. Good to see you. Rag says we've got 185 on YouTube and 10 over on Twitch. Rooney, nice. Thank you, Rags. Always appreciate your reportage. Yeah, I think that's fair to say that. I know people who've had the best nights of their life. A couple of those brown Erics in about 89. Lovely. And there's people who've had the worst nights of their lives on ecstasy. I mean, I think, you know, you've got to, if you're going to educate people about drugs, you've got to be honest. And that's the big problem. No one is. It's all bullshit. You know, I've had incidences where people have been on death's door, and they're still some of the funniest stories I've ever had. You know, what you're meant to do. You don't want to, you want to pretend that ain't the case. It's darkness. But you've got to acknowledge it. It's got to be part of the story. Well, I'll tell you what, we've hit that magic 1 hour and 6. We didn't hit. We got another £5 entropy. Campbell says you're killing it today. Well, I haven't reached minimum wage, so it feels more like I'm killing myself, but nonetheless. Oh yeah, weapon of choice, mate, without a doubt. But you'll still get a 5 mandatory for it, so go steady. Yeah, they don't want that. It costs a fortune to bring in armed response. It costs a fortune, and also the potential for it kicking off is big. So unless they think you're armed, they won't do it. And most people ain't armed either. And again, they would only do that if they've got information. So when they go up to their grass and they say, "Have they got weapons?" If that grass says, "I don't know," they won't go in with weapons. And if that grass says to you, yeah, they have got weapons and they haven't, your job as a grass is over and you wake up in Belmarsh. Fishmel, does anyone else like guns? I own like 5 or whatever. Moslab owns 5 arsenals. There you go. Jake Marwood says, what adults decide to put in their bodies can never be the government's business, whether it's heroin or vaccinations. Funny that, though, isn't it? Funny that. Funny they get to choose your body, your fucking body, your one and only body. They get to decide. They get to decide what you do with your body. It's a liberty. It's an absolute liberty. Right, I think we've hit that magic 1 hour and 9 minutes. I'm gonna get the the ending music, which gives you a couple of minutes to drop some coinages in, which would be nice, and might depend on whether you're going to get a stream later. Literal blackmail. Is it blackmail or what's the other one? No, there's another one, isn't there? What's the other one? What's the other one a bit like blackmail? Not blackmail. Well, I was thinking of bribery. Yeah, it's bribery, isn't it? Well, it wasn't extortion, but I'll go with it. Yeah, I was thinking of coercion. Coercion's also pretty good. Let me incentivization, Tony Sanchez, lovely. Let me get those entropies up on the screen because I say I will and I have to. Just because they're a bit thin on the ground, it don't mean I can't do it. Extortion. It's brilliant. I love you lot. Hang on. Good numbers as well for the morning show. Really good numbers. Here we go. Here's the entropy. Stephen Campbell said, "You're killing it today, Chris. Well done." Thank you, Stephen. Chrissy R said, "Morning, Chris and Scrubs." There you go. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right, hang on. Hello, Ashley. Hey, all. Chris. Does anyone know why your voice goes strange when you inhale from a vape? What, me in particular or anyone else? And do you mean when you've hit a vape or in general? What, like now? Well, your vocal cords are very delicate things, aren't they? They're literally cords. They're very fine little things. And if you're breathing relatively hot moisture through them, I'd imagine it would have some effect on them. So in general, so the boy Tommy's coming in a bit cheeky and a little bit big. He says Dangerfield's voice goes weird on a vape because he is gay. I'll give you that if that's what you want. If you want to project your fantasies, Tommy, you're more than welcome. Lovely to see you here as well, mate. See you later, Maz. What? See you later, Moslab. Jesus Christ. Marzipans don't change. Have a good night's sleep, Moslab. Take care, mate. You're looking after 9 kids at the moment, and one of them's a newborn. Get as much rest as you can. Right, all right, let's get this theme music done. People, it's been an absolute pleasure. Once again, you people cheered me up. I hope you've had a good stream. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've enjoyed this stream. Don't just do it if you've just thought it was all right. But if it's been a good stream, let me know. Nice one, Stephen. I'll take that. Oh, lovely, lovely. Loads of most delightfuls come out of the woods. Oh, that's absolutely lovely. Absolutely wonderful. You might get a show tonight after all. Short but sweet, 1 hour and 13. I've got the missus here, for Christ's sake. Compared to what? Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Hello, Tito. You alright, son? Alright, love. I'm just wrapping it up now. No, don't say no problem. I'm tired. You alright, love? Nice shower. Should have made a video or something. Thank you, Nick. That's nice to know. I'll take the sleepy one. Truth will set you free. It's give me a 0.5 because he's been working. Well, that's very much appreciated. Yeah, how do you think I feel, oh damn? I'm fucking struggling to get brain to me head. I'm struggling to keep enough blood in my brain to keep it working, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? What, gorilla? Do you know what I mean? Like the friendliest host in history. Yeah, that stuff's dirty. That don't. You know what? Most drugs, I'll say, the choice is yours. But sniffing aerosols is proper filth, absolute filth. Thank you very much. It really does. Yeah, you got it. You saw it. It has somewhat died a death. I was losing too many. I got a donation from my old mate Deadbeat Chess. I think we've got into fucking minimum wage. Good lord. You don't know how much that's cheered me up. Thank you, and love to you too. I fucking mean it and all. Thank you very much, Deadbeat Chess. All right, well look, we'll get this music. We all used to do it at school. Your teacher used to say, "Why all you lot half asleep?" And we'd be like, "No, we're half awake." I think it's what is it? Butyl nitrate in it. What they actually use Tipex in as butyl nitrate. The mad thing about when I was at school, you could just walk into the stationery cupboard and pick up a punnet of Tipex thinners. Just sell it around school, 20p a bottle, and then you'd put it on your cuff of your jacket, and you'd be in class going. Raymond Piper said, "You've got me all Bukowski, Chris. His poetry is awesome." Yeah, there's some of him reading his poetry on YouTube live. You know, not text. You've got some of him reading it, and it's beautiful because he's improvising around it and sort of explaining bits and bobs, which is always nice. Yeah, butyl nitrate. I never thought of it like that. Well, not a problem, Raymond. A pleasure to have been able to put you on to him because someone put him on to me and changed my life and certainly changed me as a writer. Yeah, nice one, Deadbeat Chess. Lovely, mate. Yeah, it'll do you. It'll do you. Yeah, and it can do you in a. I mean, I'm not being a sensationalist, but I've had mates go home from the booze that they've got no booze in the house. They're not ready to finish. They've got their mum's bottle of lighter gas. Oh, this is nice. Dead. So, you know, try and be careful. Well, don't be careful. Just don't do it. I really do not advise that one. All right, here we go. Let's get on with this. People, it's been a pleasure. You might see me tonight, you might not. Don't. My missus will be here tomorrow. I won't be doing one tomorrow night because I want to have a whole evening with her, but I will do one tomorrow morning. Might do one tomorrow night. Sunday morning, you ain't getting one because I've got too much work to do. I've got to make 8 marketing videos. Yeah, I've had 6 days to do it, and I've left it to the last day. But you will get one Sunday night. Thank you, AZ. In Celsius Wallet, you earn interest on your cryptos. Try it. There you go. All right, listen. Thank you for the $7.99, mate. Lovely, AZ. And there's a little bit of advice on Celsius Wallets. I'm going to give you a tip on crypto. If you're thinking of buying crypto, use a company called CoinCup. CoinCup. One of my best mates runs it. Tell him that I sent you, and he'll look after you. Now, that's not saying he's going to give you your crypto any cheaper, but if you say Dangerfield sent me, he will look after you. He'll give you advice. Trust me, he's a good friend of mine. So the company's called CoinCut. CoinCut, let me just get it up on here. You'll remember it if you visualize it. Oh, did I thank you, AZ? Did I thank you for that? Thank you. Thank you. There's ways. It's a wallet. So when you've got crypto, people, you keep it in a wallet. It's a digital currency, but you obviously have to have a digital wallet. And what AZ is saying is Celsius wallet will give you interest on your crypto. I mean, a few of them do. So, but if you thank you for that donation and thank you for that comment. But if you're looking at buying some crypto, and don't have people say it's at $50,000, why would I buy it? The meme is this: I told you to buy it at $50, you said it's too much. I told you to buy it at $500, you said it was too much. I told you to buy it at $5,000, you said it was too much. I told you to buy it at $20,000, you said it was too much. I told you to buy it at $40,000, you said it's too much. It's now $50,000. Is it too much? Crypto, Bitcoin could go to $1 million a coin. Could. There's no precedent for it. There's none. It's absolutely new. There is no precedent for crypto. But listen, if you get yourself over to CoinCut, it's just coincut.com. Say Chris Dangerfield sent you, and you'll get looked after. And I mean that. I'm on no affiliation. I'm getting no kickback. Full transparency. He's just a friend of mine, and I wanna help him. And if you give him, if you are looking at buying crypto, he will help you. And if he knows you're a friend of mine, he will look after you. So there's an idea, okay? Because you might want to buy crypto. You type buy crypto into Google, you're going to have about 50 pages. What, you're going to pick the top one who's got the biggest money that they've paid to advertise there, or the next advertised one, or the next advertised one. And where are they getting that money from to advertise? People like you spending money on their crypto and all the old fucking sub taxes and all the other little hidden costs. That's how they're paying for that advertising. So be aware of that. Where can we buy them in the US? I don't think it really matters. You could probably go to blockchain.info. I mean, it's a global currency. Hang on, let me just see if blockchain. No, you can't. You can't use blockchain.info. I'll have a word with Sam. Stephen, remind me, and I'll have a word with Sam. Coinbase are all right, but when you say to Coinbase, Dangerfield sent me, you ain't getting looked after. Yeah. No, fair point. No, CoinCut are a UK thing. Okay, people. Okay, Peter, it's been an absolute pleasure. It really has. You might see me later, you might not, but you definitely will see me tomorrow morning. You definitely won't see me tomorrow night. You definitely will see me. So, yeah, look, you might see me tonight. You definitely see me tomorrow morning, and you'll definitely see me Sunday night. All right. So out of the next 3 days, you're going to get at least 3 streams out of me. All right. Lovely. Yeah, but they all want to see your passport. Back in the day, you needed you to hold up your card, your passport, your fucking driving license, photos. All it was, and it still is a little bit weird because it's still in its early days, so all the regulations are a bit weird. Don't freak out when they say they want to see your passport. You know, they want to make sure they know who they're selling to because things can go wrong. But I haven't got a lot of time for Coinbase. I would have a look at I would have a look at CoinCut and just mention me because he will look after you. Right, people, where are we? I will see you tomorrow morning, and it'll be an absolute pleasure because it always is. Take care. Go on. Go and get out there and make your life happen. Ta-da. Where did Shinobi's one go? Have a good one, folks. What the hell's going on here? Where is it? Oh, there you go. Nice one, Shinobi. You have a good one yourself too, mate. And all look after yourself, people. Quite amazingly, we got to Friday again. Beautiful. You might get a stream tonight. It depends what the missus is up for. Or how long it takes, if you know what I mean. Shut up. Go on, get out, you dirty bastards. Marketing videos, if you don't mind. And the answer is very, very badly. You might get one tonight, people. Take care.